It's March 9th, 1986. And because I was the first one here, Kathy wants me to introduce what we're going to be doing today. We all decided to get together as family members and interview each one of us so we could share some of the things that are going on in our life right now and some of the things we hope to be going on in the future.
Real nice. Well, Noreen, since you get to be the first, how about talking to us about an important memory in your past?
Important memory. You know what, when you asked me that and you told me what you're going to ask, and you said to tell about something that changed your life, I really tried to think of something in my childhood that changed my life, and most of the things that have changed my life have happened recently. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because there's such big stepping stones that the things in my childhood didn't seem to be that much of a changing thing to me right now. So maybe things will come to me as I'm talking, but I don't know, always as a child I always figured my childhood was it's just something I needed to get through to get to what I needed to do.
Well, it is a very changing time in your life right now. This is probably one of the biggies in your life. Tell us about some of the things that have changed in your life.
Like everything? Everything. I don't know, just everything I believed in was challenged these past few years. And I made some big steps and some big changes, and I'm just seeing now, a year later, the positive results of them. But I didn't know they would be positive when I first decided to do it. Like changing my life so much, going through a divorce, taking my children through a divorce, moving to another state, starting a new job. I'm getting scared thinking about it. I'm panicking. I'm hyperventilating. Because I do, you know? So, I don't know. It's been a lot of changes. I like them.
Do you feel about yourself differently than you did, say, 3 years ago?
Oh, yeah. I feel there is a self. I never thought there was a self, you know. Maybe because I went from my father's home to my husband's home, and I'm finally in this home now. And I like that place. I like being here. I never knew I could make it and be a separate person without having someone else help me take my first steps through every change. And I'm taking my first steps on my own. I like it.
Interesting being a parent all by yourself.
Interesting?
Not quite the word.
Yeah, that's a word.
It's a word.
Interesting's a good word. Yeah, it's interesting. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
And if they grow up thinking I was born with more than half a brain, I'll be really happy.
Well, you know that all children worship at the feet of their parents, you know. You're just different.
My children worship my feet, that's about it. I don't know.
So, tell me where you plan to be in 10 years. Do you have any dreams, or where are you going?
In 10 years I'll be 43.
Be careful how you speak about 40s, all right?
I'm there too, I'm right behind you, very closely. I don't know, I would like to be content inside. I want to see my children are content inside and happy. I want to experience being loved and loving someone. And I would like to get my act together as far as maybe writing some things, maybe a book someday. I want to be really established in my job, because I like where I am. I hope I'm still there, and it's the right place for me. And I love being here. I hope I'm still in Arizona, if that's where I'm supposed to be. And my children will be in their 20s, and that blows me away. It's only 10 years from now.
Goodness.
So I hope that they'll be happy too.
Where do you work right now?
Edmonds and Associates, a builder and developer.
And are you the maid, the cleaning lady, or, you know, what do you do?
Thank you.
I just thought I'd ask, you know.
I'm the hooker. I'm proud of it.
Okay, well, thank you. We'll stop right there.
I'm a secretary for them. Right now I'm taking care of one of their projects. Las Brisas at Scottsdale Ranch is what they call it. And I'm doing all the work and helping them manage the building of these homes and getting all the paperwork out. And it's very interesting, very exciting.
You like it, the people there and everything?
I love the people there.
It's a different feeling being in a job where you feel part of the team.
I never liked my job. I've never had a job I liked until now, and now I feel like, and I get a paycheck too. And I never felt like that. So that's really wonderful because I am responsible for my children now. I want to be somewhere I'm happy. Otherwise, going to a job you hate would be really hard. 'Cause it's hard enough right now.
Yeah.
So I do like it.
Well, we're all so proud of you.
Thanks.
Beautiful time to know you. You've always been a wonderful person to know. At this time in your life, watching you blossom into this lovely lady, I'm excited about the next 10 years too, to watch you grow. It's wonderful to be a neighbor and close enough to be able to share this time.
Isn't that great?
Oh, yeah. Well, Noreen, I thank you very much. You started our whole program out just exactly the way it needed to be started out, with this positive joy in life. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Now what I'd like to ask you is, what is one of the most important memories you have in your life? Something important that you feel in your life?
I'm not really sure of it.
It's really hard when you're, I understand. But tell me about, what's the best thing that ever happened in your life?
Moving to Arizona.
Oh, what was that like for you?
Great.
And you moved all the way from Chicago. And what's Chicago like right now? Here it is, March,
Funny.
winter town. What's it like in the summer here? I mean, it's being summer here and winter in Chicago.
Great and everything, you know.
Mm-hmm. Was it hard to pack up all your stuff and move from Chicago?
Yeah.
Did you forget anything now that you'd like to go back? What would you like to go back and get if you could?
Well, I don't know, I guess, I wouldn't mind bringing some of my friends back, you know, or whatever.
Oh, yeah? Which friends do you think, if you could bring one friend back, which do you think it would be?
I guess, Andy Morse. Oh.
Andy, did he live near you?
Yeah. Couple Black Star.
What made him such a special friend?
I don't know, we just got the same things. We talked about a lot of stuff, you know, and, I don't know, we just had to have fun times, you know, like every week. You know.
Sounds like a neat guy. If there's one part of Chicago that you could bring here that Arizona doesn't have, what would it be?
Like, what do you mean?
Like maybe if you had a bedroom, would you fill it with snowstorm in Chicago so that you had the warm weather and you want a snowstorm to play in? Something like that.
Yeah, I guess I'll bring Snowstorm in my room, you know, and then come in here, and then when I'm really hot, just go in my room, you know.
Well, you'd be the most popular guy in Arizona. Mr. Snowstorm. So what's happening in your life right now? What's important to you right now?
I don't know. Just moving here, I guess.
Yeah, that's pretty important. Let's see. Your friends here?
Yeah.
What's your friend's name?
Ben and some other kids. You know.
That's great that you were able to make friends. Was it hard to make friends after moving to new space? Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scary, huh? New
Yeah, I guess.
school. Is the school different than it was in Chicago?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of, huh? Better, worse, about the same? What?
About the same, you know.
Yeah. Still schoolwork, still homework. See, if you could live anywhere in the whole wide world, including a planet, where would you live?
I guess, Florida.
You like Florida?
Yeah.
Rita was born in Florida.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Your grandparents are in Florida, huh?
Oh, yeah.
You got an ocean there. Too bad they can't bring a part of the ocean out here, huh?
Yeah.
In your pocket next time. So where do you expect to be in 10 years? Like, let's see, how old are you now, Mark?
12.
You're 12, so 10 years you'll be
22.
22. So what do you think Mark Grassi will be like at 22?
Rich.
Rich. What kind of job are you going to have?
Airplane pilot.
Ooh, airplane pilot. Think you'll be married?
Yep.
Gonna have kids?
think so.
How many do you think?
1, 2.
What flavor?
I don't know.
Well, you got choices. You can have a boy, you can have a girl, or you can have 2 boys, 2 girls, you know, one of each.
One of each.
Sounds like a nice plan. Oh, sounds like you got some pretty good plans. What do you think the perfect wife would be like?
Blondie.
Blonde. Well, a lot of guys feel that way too. Gosh. Well, Mark, you did wonderful. You were so afraid. You were great. Thank you so much for sharing this part of yourself. You want to say goodbye to the world here?
Bye.
Okay, Sean. This is Sean Grassi. And how old are you, Sean?
10.
10 years old, boy. And we were just talking about what was his very favorite Christmas in his whole life.
Mm-hmm. My favorite Christmas?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my favorite Christmas is this year's Christmas.
Wow, what was so special about this year's Christmas?
Well, we had the whole family together.
And where were you?
Well, I was in Arizona.
In your new house. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? His first Christmas in a new house.
When this Christmas in our new house, great.
What's it like being, right now in Chicago, it's cold and snowy. And here you are. What's it like being in Arizona in the winter?
Freezing, going sledding.
So, can you do any sports, or what are your talents? Do you have any big talents?
Piano.
You play the piano, that's
Yeah.
right. Very nicely, too.
Yeah, lots of instruments too.
What's your favorite kind of music? Just whatever, music. Get off my back, Kathy.
Any kind of music.
What?
Any kind of music.
Any kind, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Great. So what's happening in your life right now? What's important about you right now?
So we're having a party.
Having a party, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How about school?
Good.
You like school right now?
Mm-hmm.
How's it different from school, say, back in Chicago?
Well, Kathy's my teacher,
That's right.
and there a few times we would have to go to school out in Illinois because we would have so much snow.
Oh, yeah, you don't get out of school for snow around here.
Yeah.
That would be really something. What kind of toys you play with? What's your favorite toys?
I don't know.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Lego.
Legos.
Yeah. What kind of things you're building with your Legos?
Yeah. Well,
Let's see.
got a
You're
parrot here.
got a parrot there. You're really good with animals.
Mm-hmm.
Animals seem to like you a lot.
Yeah.
You have a dog?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, we might get a dog house for her, and we have dog bed for her, and Sunny.
Mm-hmm. What kind of dog is she?
Half Toy Kelly and half German Shepherd.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
She's real sweet.
Yeah.
Seems to love you.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Let's see. You're 10 years old.
Yep.
In 10 years, you'll be how old?
In 10 years, I'll be 20.
What do you think you'll be like? Sean Grassi, 20-year-old man.
Millionaire.
A millionaire, too.
Yeah.
I have 2 millionaires, but this is great. Call me. What do you think you'll be working at to be a millionaire? What kind of job?
I don't know. Probably
A
veterinarian.
veterinarian.
Yeah.
You'd be great with animals.
Yeah.
That's nice. Think you'll be married?
Maybe.
What kind of girls you think you like?
I don't know.
Well, what's she gonna look like?
I don't know.
Just nice, huh?
Yeah.
How about kids? You think you're gonna have some kids?
Yeah, 20.
20? You're a courageous man, Sean. I always knew there was something about you.
That's why I'm rich.
Well, yeah, if you're rich, you can have 20 kids. Well, good. Who's the most important person in your life right now?
I don't know.
Lots of important
Yeah.
people, I suppose.
Most everybody in the family.
Got a lot of important people in your family. Well, Sean, thank you so much. You did a wonderful job. Let me see your little parrot there. And you. Want to say goodbye?
Bye.
And thank you. You did a wonderful job.
Okay, I'm Bob Vallelonga. I'm married to the third oldest Burback daughter, Mary, and we have 4 children right now.
Right now, huh?
Mary
What a
Catherine
Freudian
is
slip.
15, Bobby is 14, Kristen is 6, and David is 2. I suppose you'll be seeing them later.
Mhm.
So, I guess my most memorable memory, as it were, was when I was growing up in about 5 or 6, I guess. And my parents at the time lived on a 1-acre lot with 5 acres of wooded area behind it. And my brother and I just used to have a blast running through the woods, and there was a railroad track, a pair of them back probably about a half a mile from the house, submerged down in a gully to reduce the noise to the residential area around it, I guess. And we used to have fun just, walking up and down the train line and collecting parts that fell off the trains. And we had a German Shepherd about that time that had puppies, and we just had a lot of fun, playing with the puppies in the woods and running around and stuff like that. We built a log cabin back there out of a bunch of old fence posts that were, the person that owned the 5-acre lot, I guess, had strung up just single strand wires, not bob wires, but just smooth wires. 3 of them stretched between these poles periodically. And as the people that lived adjacent to it put up fences in their backyard, they'd take these poles down and just lay them down on the ground on the property behind their house. So we would, as little boys, collect these poles and start building a fort out of it.
Oh, great.
And we built a 2-story fort out of it, all log cabin style.
Incredible.
And that's where our German Shepherd actually had the first litter of puppies. She had dug underneath the lowest log on the base layer and got inside the house and had her puppies underneath the desk, an old desk that we had in there.
So you started construction early in your life.
Oh yeah.
Nice, you had a gift for that, huh?
Yeah,
Where was this place?
Northbrook, Illinois.
Northbrook, Illinois.
Yeah. Then when I was in 6th grade, I guess, my parents moved to Glenview. And that's where they lived when I got married.
What kind of place was that?
It was a 2-story track house on probably a 1/4 5th acre lot. Nothing like in fact, my parents, when they bought the house in Northbrook, had 1.5 acres. It was on the end of a private drive, and they sold off a 1/2 acre in the back and kept the full acre. So that was probably one of the neatest times growing up.
So tell me, you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I've got a sister that's about 3 years older than I, Marilyn, and she's living in Colorado right now. And I've got a brother, Chuck, who's in town here. He's a year older than I. And a brother, Don, who's in town here. That's about 7 or 8 years younger than I.
So, now, what do you do?
What I'm doing right now is structural engineering of buildings, and I consult with about a half a dozen architects in town, and I'm responsible to make sure the building stands up and supports all the mechanical equipment loads, all the architectural appendages or
That's important.
trim work, and I work very closely with the architect in the early stages of the project to determine what members to put where to achieve the shape and configuration of the building that he wants to see, the architecture of the building. And then I go through a pretty detailed analysis, sometimes as many as 50 to 100 pages of mathematical calculations to determine how big the beams need to be to hold up the floor, how big the columns need to be to hold up those beams, what size footings to put underneath those columns, and the same with the walls of the building, any lintels that have to go over openings in the walls. And then I have to conduct what's termed a lateral analysis to make sure that the building can withstand wind forces or earthquake forces, so that the building does not collapse, during an earthquake or during a heavy wind, that the roof doesn't get torn off by a heavy wind or, things like
Very
that.
important. So what's going on in your life right now, in here, and what's happening with you right now?
I don't know. Right now my main focus is just on expanding my company and taking care of the 4 kids, keeping up with it. They're all in private schools, so that's a financial strain or burden. I don't know how you want to term it, but it's expensive. And other than that,
Sounds like
I'm
you're
enjoying
pretty
it,
devoted to your children.
Yeah.
It's going to be important in your life.
Mm-hmm.
Seems like you know each one of them too, especially.
Yeah, I think I've got a special relationship with each of them. I wish I had more time to spend with each of them. I'm enjoying working out of the home right now because I'm closer to them. In years past, having worked as many hours as I do in this field, sometimes I'm gone before they get up and not back till after they go down. At least when Bobby and Mary were younger, that was the case. Working 60+ hours a week. Construction and construction-related jobs are feast or famine. When the economy's good, you can't go fast enough. When it's bad, then there's plenty of time to do nothing because there's no money. But
So, how old are you right now?
I am 39,
22, you say?
22 years.
What do you plan to do when you're 49, like in 10 years? Where do you think you're going to be? If you could dream, dream big.
In 10 years,
Uh-huh.
gosh, that's hard to. I could be a grandpa by then.
That's true.
But I would, in 10 years, like to have my business established to the point where it's running a little more smoothly. Being a small office, I never planned to have it very big. I've been expanding it very slowly because there's certain steps that I want it to take for proper groundwork to be taking place and proper things to be organized, so that when it does get big, it'll run smoother. I've worked for various size firms in the past, and in this business, it's important to me, at least, the way I see it, for that framework to be taking place.
Let me ask you something else. I just thought of this listening to you. If you could, let's say, stop life for forever, how long you wanted, and you had all the money you needed to do whatever you need, and you could go anywhere and do anything, and life would stop for everybody else, and you can just jump right back into your life when you finish doing what you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do? Anywhere you wanted to do. Go and do anything you wanted. What would it be?
I don't know. I'd like to do some traveling, but what I enjoy most is working on projects, whether it's restoring cars or building cabinets or furniture.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy working with my hands. And that is a hobby with my, I have a desk job, so to get away from that, I do things with my hands.
Maybe go back to that little forest and build another log cabin.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, that was lovely. Thank you, Bob. Is there anything else you want to put in there?
No,
Well, you did
No.
just great, and I really appreciate you sharing yourself with all of us.
I've enjoyed it.
Now, okay. I'm Mary Frances Burbeck, Bellawonga. Mary Bellawonga. And I'm 38 years old. And I don't know, you want me to talk, are you going to answer?
It's for you, honey. Whatever you want to say.
Okay, well, one of the things you asked about is what are my favorite memories, or what is one favorite memory? I have a lot of favorite memories. And the most recent ones are ones of my children.
Oh,
The
lovely.
birth of them coming into this world and sharing with the last two, David and Kristen, having them at home. That was so beautiful to have Mary and Bobby and Bob there for Kristen, and then also having Kristen, Mary, and Bobby and Bob around for David's birth. And I don't know, I'm not very good at this.
You're doing this fine. You got a wonderful laugh.
Anyway, it was just childbirth has always been very special to me. And in fact, Kathy, you were the one that turned me on to natural childbirth.
I did.
Yeah, you did. When I was pregnant with Mary, right before we went to Chicago, you told me about this book called Dr. Bradley's, it was Dr. Bradley's book, Husband Coach Childbirth. And we were en route to Chicago for this reunion up in Wisconsin. And Bob and I read that book the whole way to Chicago. And we learned so much. And we shared so much from that experience. And I was very afraid, very excited. Every emotion you could think of. I remember in our first childbirth class, we were sitting down together, watching this first birth film. And Bob says to me, "Isn't that beautiful, Mary?" And I went, "Oh gosh, yeah." I mean, you can't help it like that. How can a baby come out? I just couldn't.
Couldn't they send Federal Express?
Oh my gosh. And then having Mary Catherine was so special. She's so beautiful, and having having Bob there with me and coaching me. But when Bobby was born, we really had a good communication going. And that made the labor so much more relaxed and centering and peaceful. And Bobby was born at Memorial Hospital. And that was such a neat experience to share that with Bob. Bob was in the delivery room, and after the delivery of Bobby, I walked off the delivery table. We had a little orange juice cocktail celebrating that, and it was kind of neat to, it made me feel like this is a very natural process. So anyway, that was real special. And then when when I found out I was pregnant with Kristen, it was Mary and Bobby were 7 and 8 years old. And I remember coming home from the ARE clinic, which is where they did midwifery, and they also did home births. And I'd been involved in the Childbirth Education Association for years, and I knew that in a few years they were going to try to get a baby buggy and have home births, another alternative for families to have a beautiful birthing experience. So when I found out that I was pregnant, or I knew I was pregnant with Kristen, I was so excited that I could do this, that we could have this experience at home. And I just remember how incredible it was to feel that there was going to be another person in our lives. And also, it was always a surprise. Like, it was never, I'd always wanted to maybe plan, wouldn't it be nice if we could